What is going on, everybody? We are back, and today we have our very first episode of Smart Stubs. Now, what exactly is this new series starting? So basically, I'm going to give you guys the best cards to buy at every single price range and tell you exactly why you should be buying these cards. I'm going to give you at least 4 cards in between. I'm going to give you pitchers, I'm going to give you hitters, and I'm going to explain my reasoning on why each card would benefit you the most to your team. This is only going to be episode 1, and as time goes on, the market changes and new cards release, so I'll be making sure to update the series to tell you guys exactly who you need to be buying from 0 stubs all the way to 75,000+ stubs. So really quickly, while I outline this, let's talk about exactly the tiers of each price range. So we're going to go 0 to 5,000, we're going to do 10,000 to 15,000, 15 to 30,000, 30,000 to 50,000, and 50,000 to 75,000, and 75 plus. At the end of all of this, we will take a look at our God Squad, and I'll show you exactly the guys I bought for my team and exactly how they filtered into my God Squad at the end. So make sure to stick around and make sure to hit that subscribe button for me, as we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Without further ado, let's get straight into looking at the first tier. So for 0 to 5,000, we're going to talk about supercharged cards. This is going to be my main focus from 0 to 5,000. You can buy most of these guys outside of Spencer Strider for under like 1,000 stubs and Adolis Garcia. And these are going to give you 99s towards your team. So let's talk about Brandon Belt for a second. He has 57 minutes as of time of recording, so he will probably be done by the time this video is out. But Belt, literally, you can see the wheel in the top right. He's going to have insane hitting stats for you. Adolis Garcia, same idea. He's more of a 5-tool player as well. Going to play the great outfield for you. Max Muncy is one of the best swings in the game with insane hitting attributes, and Alex Cobb could also start for you. So this is going to get you a 99 for an extremely cheap price, and at the end of the day, you're just going to probably hold on to his card. He's probably going to cost you about 1,000 stubs. So for these supercharged cards, when they come out, if they are golds and below, I would highly suggest investing in them and being able to use them on your team for as long as you can until their supercharge runs out. So now with 10 to 15,000, I'm going to be highlighting a few guys in between here. So we're going to start off with Eric Davis, not waste any time. This card is absolutely unbelievable. He hits the ball extremely well, plays a solid outfield and gets you 86 speed in the outfield. My face cam's in the way. 86 speed in the outfield. Eric Davis, an absolute steal for 11K. Lee Smith, here's a reliever that I'm going to talk about. Very good reliever. Stayed in my bullpen for a long time. Pitched very well for me. I used him quite a lot. He gives you a tremendous fastball. He gives you the slider, cutter, forkball, great pitch mix, good per nines, super good card. Xander Bogaerts, another guy I'm going to talk about here. Once again, these cards are all sitting around 11 to 13K, give or take. Xander gives you extremely good contact, a great swing, plays the middle infield, plays short, second, and third base, 72 speed, gold fielding at shortstop, very good option. We have Anthony Santander. This card absolutely kills me every time I face him. You could easily DH Anthony Santander. 49 speed is a little rough for the outfield with 68 reaction, so I'd be careful with putting him in the outfield. Switch hitter, tremendous swing, great hitting stats. This card is a very good option for you. And we also have, I believe I have one more name here. We have Pablo Lopez. Pablo Lopez, another starter. This card is extremely good. Gives you sinker, cutter, great command, good per nines, good motion, gets you a slurve as well, a tremendous off-speed pitch from him. So Pablo Lopez is going to be a starter that you could easily plug in there, along with Madison Bumgarner. So you see there's a common theme. These cards come all through the XP reward path, but this is perfect for your team. So you guys need to load up on these cards if you have 10 to 15,000 stubs. 15 to 30, and this is probably the best range where you're going to get the most value for cards right now. So we've got Francisco Lindor coming in around 27K. This card can do it all. I mean, a tremendous swing, switch hitter, plays second, short, and third, gives you 100 plus contact, basically 100 power, 99 fielding with 76 speed. This card, with combined with his swing, plays absolutely unbelievable. Lindor is definitely a tremendous option. We're going to talk Devin Williams here. Devin Williams, still a very good reliever. Unfortunately, 3 pitches. Fastball's a little bit slower this year. But if you notice, 125 hits per 9, Ks per 9, and pitching clutch. So he is making that PCI as small as possible with that stupid screwball that just goes way faster than it should. So Devin Williams, a very good option again. Bob Gibson, sorry. Bob Gibson. I skipped over Bob. Bob is probably a top at least 3 starter in the game right now. This card has pitched extremely well for me. I have him parallel 5. He gives you the outlier fastball, the hard slider, the sinker, the curveball, the changeup, good per nines, great pitching clutch at 125. This is a tremendous starter to have. Let's talk Munetaka Murakami, because Murakami is a card that not a lot of people like. I am one of them, but his hitting stats, if you can hit with this card, even if you don't love his swing, if you can hit with him, this card is going to be extremely valuable for you. 125 power across the board, gold fielding at first base, 75 speed, great contact, great option. The final guy I'm going to talk about for this range at coming in at 18k, which is an absolute steal, 97 Diego Castillo. This card has a very hard slider with sinker fastball. I know the pitch mix doesn't maybe jump out at you, but it plays so well. Combined with his release and hard sliders being really effective this year, this card is tremendous. He gets 119 hits per 9 as well, with 125 pitching clutch, making that PCI as small as possible. He honestly commands his pitches pretty well as well. So Diego Castillo, I think, is a staple in everybody's bullpen right now. All right, let's talk a higher price range. Not too many options for 30 to 50,000 Stubs coming in here. But first off, we're going to start off with Gunnar Henderson. You're going to see a common theme. All 3 World Series awards are going to be in this tier, sorry. And Gunnar Henderson is going to be one of them. I mean, the stats off rip are just amazing. He gets gold defense at shortstop with 93 arm, 90 speed, plays third, second, and short, which is very valuable positions, especially a left-handed bat. Hitting stats are good. I just didn't love his swing, but I think the stats speak for themselves. This card is really good. Next up, we have Eric Gagne, another bullpen option for you, coming in at 37k, a really good price for a bullpen arm with, once again, 119 hits per 9, 125 pitching clutch. You're going to see a common trend with the bullpen arms. He gives you outlier fastball, he gives you the slow curveball, the splitter, and the slider. Gagne this year, honestly, outside of past years, has pitched really, really well so far this year. I think Gagne can be a really good option for you. We're also going to have Lou Gehrig, the final World Series award. This card's stats don't jump off the board, but his swing is phenomenal. He always plays above his attributes, can give you a great left-handed bat to get in there. Sometimes harder to find left-handed bats as well this year. Finally, this is a card that I can't say I've used yet, so I can't give you too much analysis on him. But on paper, this card looks honestly really good. We're looking at 46k. It's a little high on the buy price. 101 hits per 9, gives you outlier fastball and no outlier sinker this year, which is really big. Gives him a great speed differential between his sinker and his fastball. Actually gives a deception. Like I said, 101 hits per 9, has good control, has really good break on his stuff. It's just whether he needs that slider or not, I don't know, but his arm slot is always a little bit low. It's like a 3/4 to even a little bit lower than 3/4. So Walter Johnson gonna have a lot of potential. I suggest you try him out if you can get him for this price. 50 to 75,000 is a big price range, and there's a lot of good options in here. Let's talk first off with Josh Hader. So Josh Hader coming in right at the brink at 55,000. Josh Hader, for me, he's been tough to face, man. I honestly, I haven't used him. I'm gonna pick him up after this and try him out on Twitch. Josh Hader, he gives you that good outlier 2-seam, and it is fast, especially on Legends. Once again, the 125 hits and Ks per 9, 112 clutch. His windup is quick, but his off-speed can be really effective this year as well. So getting a good lefty in your bullpen, I think Hader's one of them, coming in right at 55k. I think it's a really good value for him. Next, we're going to talk about Yu Darvish. Definitely a top 5 starter in this game. He gives you the 108 hits per 9, 102 pitching clutch, cutter, sinker, slider, splitter, 4-seam. One of the best pitch mixes you can get. He has a funky leg kick this year that is really, really good. His control is exceptional. His pars on his pitches are really small. This just makes Yu Darvish really, really good. This card has definitely been one of my favorite pitchers to pitch with, and don't forget I'm playing top players pretty much every game. So that's why the ERA is so high, but this card has been really good. I really suggest you get Yu Darvish. 58k, it's a pretty good deal for him. And speaking of the other card in that pack, we have Ketel Marte. The man is always good every year. This year, this has got to be the best Ketel we've gotten. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. He gets second base, shortstop, and the outfield, which is amazing positional versatility. He's a switch hitter. He's a perfect height of 6'1". I love 6'1" hitters. 101 contact, 125 contact, a parallel 5 because I've used him so much. He has good power. He has good vision, good clutch. Just everything on this card pops off the table for you. You have to find a way to get Ketel in your lineup. You can play everywhere. At 60k, that is exceptional value. Next, we're going to talk about JT Realmuto. I haven't really spoken about a catcher yet, so here's a catcher option I think is one of the better ones in the game. Coming in a little pricey at 73 right now, but this card plays extremely well. I'm hitting 407, 10 home runs with him. You can see the hitting stats are extremely good. His swing is great. Phenomenal defensive catcher. 99 arm, 99 accuracy, 95 blocking, 90 speed. There's just so many good things about JT Realmuto that I think you guys need to try out. So if you can get that rare round, or maybe even if you have enough stubs to go buy him, go pick up JT, give him a shot. Adam Wainwright's another one I want to cover here. This card on Legend, I would say if you're a Legend player, Adam Wainwright can be really effective. His control is really good, and dude, his pitches move so much. He is so hard to time up consistently. So Wainwright's another sneaky option, kind of an honorable mention for this tier. And I think we have one more person I want to talk about. Manny Machado. Manny Machado is one that I don't see used on much people's teams, but look at the defense. I know if you have Chipper, it's tough to put Manny in there, but wow, the stats, the defense, everything on Manny Machado is extremely good. Coming in at 65k, it's a pretty good deal for an all-rounded card like this. So we're now in the final tier of the first episode of Smart Stubs, and we're going to go over 75,000 plus. So this is 75,000 and on, and I can't possibly not include my boy Mike Trout. Best card in the game. At parallel 5, these stats are insane. He has one of the best swings in the game, 90 fielding and center, 99 speed. He has 113, 112, 125, 114. The average doesn't lie. I'm in 453 with him. He averages a home run almost like pretty much a game, essentially, coming in at 5 at-bats. Mike Trout is unbelievable for 119, bro. Just trust me. Spend it. He's going to be your best card. He is unreal. We're going to talk about another card from that pack as well. Roki Sasaki. Probably the best starter in the game. Also parallel 5 for me because of how much I use him. Sinker, cutter, forkball, slider. Great pitch mix. He gets outlier on the 4-seam and the sinker, which is huge. His pitches come in so fast. His cutter is so deceptive. Also, the pitching clutch being at 117 is just huge. His PCI facing him, your PCI is small. He also controls really well. I find especially on his sinker, he controls it so well. So Roki, best starter in the game right now, hands down. Next, we're going to talk about Vlad Sr. This is my DH. He's one of my favorite cards, if not my favorite card every single year. This year has been no different so far. I'm putting him in at DH. I just do not love his defensive reaction in right field. If you have to put him out there, you got to put him out there. 125 clutch, so against anyone with runners in scoring position, you're going to have max hitting stats. And I mean, Vlad Sr. is just going to be amazing for you. So make sure to try him out at DH. 97 is a little pricey, but man, if you love his swing, you know you're going to be great with him. Pudge is a card I'm going to sneak in here as well. If you are somebody who plays Hall of Fame and below, Pudge can be very good for you. He's a smaller guy. He plays good defense behind the plate, and his swing I find is always really quick for me. So if you like Pudge's swing typically, giving him that 125 power is the edge he needed this year. Just the contact's a little bit low for Legend, so if you're going to play Legend, be a little bit careful, but that 113 clutch can slide in there. His 125 power definitely plays, man. I've tried him out on Legends. Like I said, 364 average ain't bad. He had a couple home runs for me, but I just find JT Realmuto is more effective for me. And finally, I think we have one more coming in here. We have 99 Ohtani, and we're going to talk Ohtani here. I know the price is steep for this card, but he has a glitch where you can pitch him with full energy every single game. If you put his card on your bench in the lineup and you use an opener, you can bring him out of the pen. He pops up in your bullpen as a long reliever, and he will have full stamina every single game. So I know the price tag is really steep, but you can start this guy every game. Or if your pitcher has a bad outing, just bring in Ohtani. He can cover the next 5-6 innings for you. So this card has so much value because he pitches really often for me lately. Because I just picked him up. I know the stats aren't great, but man, he just covers so many innings for me. I can't hit with him, so I keep him out of my lineup. But let's take a look at my God Squad and talk about exactly why my team is formed like that. So taking a look at my team, obviously we have some guys in here that you can buy. For example, Chipper Jones, Derek Jeter, Trey Turner, Babe Ruth, Rafael Devers, Team Affinity guy. But there is a couple guys. Chris Bryant I left off the list. I think for Chris Bryant's price right now, coming at 65k or 71 by now, a little steep for this card. This card is good. His clutch is a little bit low. His swing is good, but it's not great. But I've liked Bryant so far, so I'm not going to take him off my team quite yet. He's done well for me. Mike Trout, obviously, we've talked about. Vlad Sr. is another guy I've included that you can buy. JT Realmuto, another guy I've included you can buy. Looking at the bench, I have Ohtani, who's the guy you could buy, and Cattell as well. So I have a couple guys that I have bought. Roki Sasaki being one of them. Juan Marichal I'm trying out. We're not too sure yet on him. Darvish, another guy I bought. And then the bullpen, ignore Shlomo. We have Rob Nen, who's another guy I left off, but I think is a really good righty for Legend difficulty. I think Rob Nen plays very well. Devin Williams, Diego Castillo, guys you can buy. Braden Bristow, you cannot buy. Andrew Chafin, a guy you can buy. Camilo Doval, you cannot. So I have guys in there that you could buy. I think I know you guys wanted to see my God Squad, so there it is. I've got Babe Ruth at first. You can't see because of my face cam. But there's my God Squad. There's the first episode of Smart Stubs. If you guys enjoy, make sure to hit that like button. Drop a subscription for me. And without further ado, I'm out. Stay tuned for episode number 2 coming once set 2 drops. Peace out, boys.